Welcome, Mike Martinez, and today we're going to talk about something that I find very important and very intriguing as far as thoughts and how you explain these things. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. You know, a lot of times we have said, or actually, the better question is, have you ever said, if I put my mind into it, I can do anything? Have you ever said that, right? And when I ask around, I get the majority of people all agree, yes, I've said that. My next question is, do you believe that? Do you believe that if you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything? And again, what I get from most people is yes, most people believe that statement. So you say it, or you've heard it, and you believe it, right? That's what I'm getting from most people. But here's the thing. Because that's a very important statement, right? If I put my mind into it, I can achieve anything. So if we could define what putting my mind into it means, you could achieve anything, right? If you believe that, and if you're saying that and you honestly truly believe that, then we need to define what does it mean to put your mind into it, because that's the key to the kingdom, right? If you can define that and you could be precise and exact and know exactly what that means, and then actually utilize that, you could achieve anything, right? Isn't that's what we're saying? So what I've found is that when you ask that question, when you say, so what does that mean? If I put my mind into it, I could achieve anything. That means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and I don't think people are clear on exactly what that means. You'll hear some people say, oh, focus, which, of course is a definite part of that, right? You'll hear other people say, clearly define what you want, things like that. But I don't think that people actually know what that means, putting your mind into it. And I'm going to give you my definition. And the reason why I'm giving you my definition is, I've contemplated this idea for quite a while now, for a number of decades actually, and because I wanted to understand, because if that is true, and I honestly believe it was true, right, or it is true, that if I put my mind to it, I can achieve anything, then how do I do that, right? What exactly is putting my mind into it? And here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going through this lesson now with my grandkids, teaching them about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind and things like that. And what I've come to believe is that anything that is actually brought into the subconscious mind is going to bring to fruition. It's going to bring to, to be, right? So if you say, I'm a great dancer, right, subconscious mind is going to find a way to prove that to you, that you are in fact a great dancer. Subconscious mind doesn't argue, doesn't analyze, doesn't do anything. It just, what you put into it is what you get out of it. That's a very key point. So here's what I'm going to say. From what I understand about the mind, and this idea of putting your mind into it, I teach my grandkids, they're right here, and this is just for the purpose of explanation, right, so they could get a visual. But right here I say that's the conscious mind, and the conscious mind is the first thing that all thoughts and all things go through, and then whoop, it goes into the subconscious mind, and they're linked together. But the conscious mind is the one that kind of allows things to get into the subconscious mind. Now, you can force things to go into the subconscious mind through the conscious mind through repetition, 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 repetition. But and that's what you want to do. You want to, even in the beginning, when you say I'm a good dancer, but inside your mind you really don't believe you're a good dancer. I feel kind of stiff, I don't know how to move, whatever. uh, but if you continue to say I'm a great dancer, I am a fantastic dancer, people love the way I dance, they are always complimenting me about the way I dance. So it's repetition, repetition, repetition in that conscious mind, and then eventually the subconscious mind will get it, and then it becomes a belief. Because once the subconscious mind gets an idea, it doesn't question it. Again, it doesn't scrutinize it, doesn't analyze it, doesn't question it. It becomes a belief. So repetition is very, very important for the conscious mind. Now, getting your mind into it, going back to that topic, I believe is the combination of, or the alignment of, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Because a lot of times we set a goal, right? And the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, first of all, it's not even in the subconscious mind. So you pretend, or you say, yes, that's what I want, that's what I want, but the conscious mind is pulling back, right? The conscious mind is doing this little tug of war thing with you. And that's the key. So you have to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and create the legs under that table, so that now you have a strong, stable table that's standing on its own, and boop, goes into the subconscious mind. And again, these two are connected. So the subconscious mind will eventually pick it up. And now when the subconscious mind picks it up and the conscious mind picks it up, and they're both working in unison, they're both aligned, now is when you have your mind into it. Now is when you are able to take control of creating that, whatever it is that you want, whether it's a business, or whether it's a health or relationship success, or I got a goal of getting this car or this house or whatever. Now is when it's going to happen, because the conscious and the subconscious mind are aligned. If they're not aligned, the conscious mind is going to push back, all right, and it's going to create doubt, and it's going to ask you to quit. Whenever the conscious mind, whenever you're creating some kind of a change, and the conscious mind feels that uncomfort of moving out of your comfort zone, it's going to ask you to quit. Why do you want to go through all that? You just quit. I mean, you don't have to do that. You don't even. You're not going to do it. Don't worry. Right? It gives you. It feeds you these ideas. Repetition is absolutely important. Visualization is absolutely important. And once you do this over and over and over and over again, how many times does it take? I don't know. I can't tell you. There's different variables there that make this happen, okay? But at some point, if you persist, then the conscious mind keep hitting it, whoop, gets to the other side. Terrible sound effects, but what do you want from me? Uh, so that's what happens. You want to continue to hit the idea in the conscious mind. The conscious mind is the guard that watches over the subconscious, and it's not going to allow anything until you convince it. You have to convince the conscious mind, and you do that through repetition, you do that through visualization, you do that through reasoning beliefs, right? Hey, you see that? I am a good dancer. Wow. Hey, you know what? I can get that car, right? And over a period of time, over a period of certain repetitions, now you have that idea lining up with your subconscious. Now it's in your subconscious. Once it's in your subconscious, again, there's no debating it. There's no analyzing it. It's just going to happen, right? So the key is, how do you just continue to force that idea in the conscious mind, continue to implant that idea in the conscious mind, and eventually it'll get to the subconscious mind. That is how you put your mind into it. So any questions, any comments, please reach out. And I love to talk about this subject because I'm fascinated by how to use your mind to achieve outstanding results in anything that you want: health, relationship, money, business, acquiring things. All those things are essentially and ultimately controlled by the mind, whether you believe it or not. If you don't believe it, it doesn't happen. If you do find a way to get yourself to believe it, then it'll happen easily and effortlessly. Take some work to get there. Take some work to get to the easily and effortlessly. People think, oh, he's saying it's going to be easy. No, it's not going to be easy and effortlessly until you get to the point where your subconscious gets that message. Once you get the subconscious gets the message, then it becomes easy and effortlessly. But there's some work to be done before that, right? There's some stretching. There's some, in some cases it may be uncomfortable because you're getting out of your comfort zone. So that's the key. But again, take the information, and I tell people, don't trust me, test me. And I'm going to tell you the same. Not that I'm going to deceive you in any way, but you know what? You pick up an idea, and if you test it and you put it into play and you prove it to yourself that it works, then it's going to stick with you. You're going to stick with that idea. You know what? I did this myself. I found out that what Mike was saying was true. And now it's a belief inside you. Now you know it's a truth, right? So all you need to do is continue until it happens, until the subconscious picks it up. So, Mike Martinez, great to talk to you. And again, reach out if you have any questions. Remember, it's your time to shine.